Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, the northern part of Ukraine is under air alert right now. Volyn, 1 hour, 33 minutes. 40 minutes ago, explosion reported in Lutisk. Ravine, 2 hours, 38 minutes. Ternopil, 1 hour, 24 minutes. Klemensky, 2 hours, 9 minutes. Zhytomyr, 6 hours, 50 minutes. Kyiv Oblast, 7 hours, 29 minutes. Explosions reported in Obukiv and Vishnograd, 2 hours, 10 minutes ago and 4 hours, 2 minutes ago. The air alert in Kyiv just ended 15 minutes ago or so, 16 minutes. Chernihiv, 8 hours, 32 minutes. Sumy, 8 hours, 37 minutes. And Donetsk for 1 hour, 19 minutes. Again, it is 4:19 a.m. in Ukraine right now. Russia's purposely making sure that the air alerts are happening during the night when everybody's in their apartments so they can attack the apartments. Going to the ZCU website, the news update from them, and operational information as of 8 a.m. February 8th, regarding the Russian invasion. And today is kind of a special day for me. Today was my mom's birthday. 73 today. So, happy birthday, Ma. I said it a couple times already, but anyways, as always, they start with glory to Ukraine. The 1081st day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, there were 123 combat clashes recorded over the past day. Yesterday, the Russians carried out 106 airstrikes on the positions of Ukrainian units and settlements, dropping 169 guided aerial bombs. Russia also used 2,170 kamikaze drones. In addition, Russia also carried out more than 5,300 artillery shellings, with 127 of them from MLRSs. The aggressor carried out airstrikes in particular in the areas of the settlements of Pisarka, Polsky, Bazivka, Petropavlivka, Zelenige, Peshkiani, Servisk, Kramatorsk, Druskivka, Konstantinivka, Oleksizovo, Dorivka, Oleksandropol, Katrinivka, Rozhiny, Novosilka, Novodorivka, and Huliopol. Thanks, Bill. Over the past day, the Defense Forces and Aviation... let me redo that. Over the past day, the Defense Forces, Aviation, missile troops, and artillery units struck 20 areas of concentration of personnel and equipment, an air defense system, an enemy artillery and an enemy artillery system. Spit it out. It's not mine. Going into the individual directions. In the Kharkiv direction, our troops repelled an enemy attack in the Voschansk area. Coming into Deep State map, go over to Kharkiv, and of course, we all know Voschansk at this point. 10 attacks by the invaders took place in the Kupiansk direction over the past day. Defense forces repelled assault actions near the settlements of Zarazova and Lozova. Coming over from Kharkiv to Kupiansk. Zooming in just a bit, Lozova and Zarizova. To the south of Kupiansk, we come into the Liman direction. Liman, Izium, and Kupiansk is up here. In the Liman direction, the enemy carried out 13 assaults. He tried to advance near Kopanki, Novoyehorovka, Novolubivka, and Yampolivka. Zooming in, Kopanki, Novoyehorovka, Novolubivka, and Yampolivka. And Liman is right here. Next direction is Servisk. In the Servisk direction, the enemy attacked the positions of our defenders 13 times in the settlements of Bilogorivka and Verkhnyo-Kemiansky. Coming into the Servisk area, Verkhnyo-Kemiansky and Bilogorivka. To the southwest, we come into Kramatorsk, Servisk, Slovansk, Kramatorsk, Konstantinivka. In the Servisk direction, the enemy attacked the positions of our defenders 13 times. Oh, wait, we already read Servisk. Sorry. A little bit of a hiccup. Oh. In the Kramatorsk direction, 3 clashes were recorded in the areas of Chasiv Yar and Pretechny. Zooming into Chasiv Yar is here, just to the south, Pretechny. Going further to the south is Toretsk, where in the Toretsk direction, the enemy carried out 10 assaults in the Toretsk area. So all in Toretsk city. Deep State has most of the city under Russian control. It's not entirely the case. Fighting is continuing in the city, and Russia is far from controlling the city entirely. Plenty of videos have been coming out. Unfortunately, I do not have anything from Toretsk today, but I do have something from Chasiv Yar. Moving over from Toretsk, in the Pokrovsk direction, our defenders stopped 30 assault and offensive actions of the aggressors in the areas of Zeleny Pol, Tarasivka, Mirolubivka, Promin, Novo-Oleksandrivka, Nadivka, Andrivka, and Dashny. Coming over from Toretsk, Zeleny Pol, Tarasivka, Mirolubivka, Promin. They didn't do all the normal ones, in Oleksandrivka and Nadivka. Okay. Novo-Andrivka, Novo-Oleksandrivka, coming down to the south, Andrivka and Dashny. You see this nice long squiggly area? This is Russian forces being sent down the road, and wherever the vehicle gets taken out, the Russians hop out, occupy the forest or building that they can get to, and their job is just to survive until the next unit comes by and gets farther ahead. That's how Russia is doing these meat assaults, not caring whether they live or, well, they're not caring if their units make it or not, just as long as they advance overall. Of course, Russia is trying to close this gap to encircle Ukrainian units again. ZCU is aware of the situation and is working to alleviate the pressure on this pocket. Moving over to the Novopavlivka direction, where the invaders attacked the positions of our troops 9 times, trying to break through in the direction of Constantinople. That is right here. Again, all efforts, again, trying to encircle and close this pocket. They jumped directly from there to Kursk, which is good news because the enemy did not conduct any assault operations in Huliopol, Orkhiv, or the Dniprovsky directions. Now, in Kursk, units of the Defense Forces of Ukraine repelled 28 attacks by Russian invaders over the past day. Russia carried out 61 airstrikes using 89 guided bombs on their own territory and carried out 404 artillery 404 artillery attacks on the positions of our units and settlements, 20 of which were from MLRSs. In the Volyn and Polizia directions, no signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups have been detected. Of course, on the border with Chernihiv and Sumy regions, enemy from the territory of the Russian Federation is actively using artillery, aviation, and strike drones in the areas of Ukrainian settlements. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces in manpower and equipment, and actively undermine the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the combat losses for Russia in the last 24 hours. Of course, as always, they end the report with, join the defense forces. Together we will win, and glory to Ukraine. And I just want to point this out here. Together we will win. Razom Paramožemo. The other saying is Razom do Paramožemo. Together till victory. Similar phrase, very similar meaning, just a slight difference. But the key word, Razom, together. It's how we got to do it. It's how we got to stay. You can't let Russia propaganda divide us, because that's exactly what they want. And unfortunately, it seems like they're getting that in America right now with with the things going on here. I'll just say that. Already covered the air alerts. So let me grab the losses for today from Discord. Total combat losses of the Russian Federation as of February 8th, 1081st day of the full-scale invasion. Today, Russia lost 1,210 personnel, very close to the 850,000 mark. I'm guessing we'll hit that 850 mark Monday. 6 more tanks, 10,000 mark probably Tuesday or Wednesday. 22 armored personnel vehicles were over the 20,777. 35 artillery systems. I'm not even going to try to guess because Ukrainian troops have been doing an awesome job taking out Russian artillery. And this is like the low point and I've seen it as high as 87, I believe it was. Bunking 101 in fundraising. 102 UAVs were taken out for a total of 24,403 and 95 vehicles for a total of 36,402. That is the Russian losses for yesterday. For tomorrow, we're going to see this number go up. We're going to be at 370 tomorrow. Because, well, I'll get into that after Zelensky's speech.
Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки. Сьогодні в Україні новий очільник військового комітету НАТО. Його перша поїздка саме в нашу державу, і саме для того, щоб підтримати українців. Ми це цінуємо. Ми обговорили сьогодні підготовку до Рамштайну та потреби нашої оборони, нашої спільної оборони. Зараз ми знаємо, наша розвідка нам доповідає, що росіяни створюють нові дивізії, нові військові виробництва розвивають. Очевидно, буде і надалі розширюватись їхня співпраця з Північною Кореєю. На жаль, сучасні технології війни Москва розповсюджує ще у той регіон, зокрема, дронові технології. І це означає просту річ. Путін готується зовсім не до перемовин, не до настання миру, а до продовження війни. І не тільки проти нас, проти України. Вони зараз збільшують свою армію ще на більш ніж 100 тисяч солдатів. Всі партнери повинні про це знати і повинні це бачити. Відповідну інформацію ми готові передавати, і по лінії розвідок вже відбувається відповідна комунікація. Ми повинні разом бачити, які є загрози, які є наші інструменти протидії. Потрібне чітке розуміння тут, в Європі, кожній країні доведеться зміцнювати оборону. І ціль у 5% ВВП на оборону не зникне з порядку денного. І також за цей тиждень я хочу подякувати Британії за оголошені кошти на підтримку нашої стійкості, і не лише оборонної стійкості, але й енергетичної стійкості, економічної та соціальної. Важливий крок у розвитку нашої військової авіації, винищувачі «Міражі» від Франції, і як ми і домовлялись з президентом Макроном, дякую Еммануелю, вже працюють на наш захист. Буде збільшення цього напрямку. І також є поповнення F-16, це нові літаки від Нідерландів. Дуже дякую вам. І ще одне, ми готуємо чіткий графік зустрічі з нашими ключовими партнерами: Америка, європейці, ісламський світ. Є чіткі дати. Будемо працювати. Дякую всім, хто нам допомагає. Слава Україні!
Героям слава. Talking about the Ramstein meeting, and talking about Putin building up the army and recruiting 100,000 more people and getting more troops from North Korea. And of course, sending technology to North Korea and Iran, making the world a much more dangerous place. This is why we need to support Ukraine. This is why our governments need to support Ukraine. And now for everybody's favorite part of the day, where we get to do the preview of all the videos I get to show you today. You know, it's a mixed bag, but Russia is getting ready for their Victory Day parade. Oh, I can't wait to show you this one. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it already on other channels because it is big news. But here we are at the beginning of the day. Yesterday, 139 UAVs were launched, 67 were shot down, 71 did not reach their targets, lost in location, usually due to electronic warfare. Unfortunately, that left a single drone to get through. But even when they're shot down, they do cause damage, and unfortunately, Sumy, Poltava, the Dnipro Oblast. I cannot do that Dnipropetrovsk. To me, it is just Dnipro Oblast, but because that is how is it spelled in the Ukrainian constitution, they can't change it until they change the constitution. And Kyiv suffered damage. First video of the day is an update from Chasiv Yar. Here is the video from, I forgot who, let me translate. The 18th Slavic Brigade of the BSP Donbass. I am the fire starter, wicked fire starter. I like the music. Oh, and before I go on to the next video, Heather, goats were already a thing. You have to remember the Kedoraphites were in Ukraine for a while. Just saying. Hey, KKGG. Anyways, here is some air defense work of the East Air Command of Ukraine.
Вогонь! Нижче бери, нижче трошки бери. Єсть!
There's what they're seeing through the infrared or the thermal imager. A life lesson. Don't reach into other people's cars, especially in Ukraine. sticking his head through the driver window. Short little video from the 54th Incognito group. And we're going to come back to this quite a bit today. Here is a Russian Su-25 getting shot down near Toretsk. If I remember correctly, oh, Tourette's is going to be like over here. These are the hills south of Toretsk. And yeah, perfectly flat country, huh? One more time, just for good measure. You see the plane go down at the beginning there. Oh, why one more time when we can see the extended footage of the video? So there's the plane getting hit and then firing the second missile, trying to get the other aircraft. Oh, and some helicopters were on the menu too. That's the helicopter trying to rescue the pilot. Here's the FPV drone coming in for the helicopter. Attacking the tail rotor. Another FPV coming in. Unfortunately, they weren't able to bring down the helicopter, but they were able to damage it. Who are you gonna call? Drone busters. They're not officially called that. This is the combat work of the 40th Tactical Aviation Brigade, nicknamed Ghost of Kiev. And here is their video. You'll see why I said the drone busters in the video.
Давай.
Drone busters.
Слава Україні!
And of course, Hero Slava. Love seeing those drones getting taken out. Russian truck gets cracked like an egg by their own tank. I forgot where this was again. 90th Tank Division of Russia crushed its comrades, and they were going to crush other Russians. It doesn't say where it was, but other reports do.
Блядь, только что на посту, на мосту Селидовском, наш танк переехал пацанов, блядь, и съебался вот туда вот. Вот только
And
что вот,
it's
вот
kind of funny. You can see the
переехал,
path
пацаны
the tank took afterwards.
танк вот так вот переехал и съебались. Пиздец, номер вот.
And I'm trying to point to the screen. Yeah, Russian plate. Let me go back to. You can see the tread marks of the tank after rolling over the vehicle, heading down and disappeared down that road. Probably will never know who actually did that. But, yeah. Oh, you can? I didn't see it. Better eyes than me, general consensus. I'm not entirely sure if this was a video from the commander or a video from the unit that honoring their commander. So, anyways, the commander of the Black Swan Strike Group received the title of Full Knight of the Order of Bogdan Klemensky. Sanich, we love you and are proud to serve with such a warrior. This is exactly what the commanders of the new Ukrainian army should be like. Thank you for everything and congratulations from the unit of the 225th. I still think it's a video from the guys about their commander, but this is GoPro footage from their commander's GoPro. You know, it reminds me a lot of Patton, lead from the front.
4-го вытягиваем. Сутки почти у нас. Какая хуйня у нас работа. Такая штука. Димуш, все, мы поехали.
Right up there in the mix with his boys.
Святой! Сейчас, подожди, ее завести надо, она еще, может, не заведется. Я тут так, блядь, на ней падал, что просто пиздец. Сука, она не заводится.
Oh man, I wish I could translate that for you guys.
Пидораска, блядь. А что, идти вообще не можешь?
you know, that a unit would put together a video like this, and from what it shows, if I was ever in the Army, that's the kind of commander you'd follow anywhere. Russians tried to cross the Dnipro near Odessa, but they did not make it. Or not. No, hold on. Why does it say Odessa? 26th Brigade of Odessa Defense. Okay. Yeah, definitely in the Kherson area. I'm sorry, it's just I saw the name. It's like, oh. I thought the 126 was in Kherson. I'll have to check on that. Uh, 47th, stopping Russian attacks in Kursk. Well, here's a video.
Нормально зв'язок, скільки підряд бачите?
Я тут бачу десь 6-7. Там більша група, там ще позаду йдуть.
This is how we survive. This is how
Стримано більше 2 десятків особ ворога.
this
Хорош, бачили розрив.
we
Бачили розрив.
Yeah, it's so funny that, like, even on the thermal, the paths in the snow that they're walking on show up heated.
Тише повторять, і быстріше.
До розриву.
122 пішло 40.
Бачу до 10 плюс. Дайте определенный.
Вже на місці вони.
I was going to say not a good day to be in the Russian army, but is there such a thing as a good day in the Russian army? There is the video from the 47th. Azov doing some drone work near New York. This is probably going to get me age restricted, but I think it kind of depicts what the horrors of war really look like. Unfortunately, it's asking me to download it again. That's every day, Nura. In the Russian army, every day is vodka day. Oh! And that set off some secondary explosions. You know, sometimes I have to wonder if these guys are drunk or in shock. Because sitting there as calm as can be with your arm on fire and just like moving as slow as they do, something's impairing their reaction time. Unfortunately, I get to show a memorial video. On the 3rd of February, Officer Anton Spitzen, commander of the combat group of the 2nd Separate Detachment of Central Military District Omega, died. Unfortunately, we did not have time to meet and get to know the co-founder of the Sharps Cap unit. We have always admired the work of this incredible unit, and for all of us, this is a huge loss. We want to support the Sharp Caps unit, which lost its comrade. We dedicate the night hunt for the occupiers as revenge for Anton. Guys, you are incredible. Do not stop. Fight. We will take revenge for every falling soldier of Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine. Sharp Caps, you are the best. Here is the video for Anton.
Наче дощ падав вниз, а я йшов по дну. Пізно так зрозумів, що в тобі тону. Я вразливий слід, важив тону. Гамила ти просив нашу втому. Важкі слова обіймають кімнату, тут нас немає, лише я і ти, із глибини коридорів і страх лунає ніч.
Heather, you don't want to know that drug, trust me.
Дощ падав вниз, а я йшов по дну. Пізно так зрозумів, що в тобі тону.
That's a good one, Niels.
Вразливий слід, важив тону. Гамила ти просив нашу втому.
На данный момент абонент не может принять ваш звонок. Надішліть смс-повідомлення або зателефонуйте, будь ласка, пізніше.
Glory to you, Anton. "148th Brigade shoots down enemy artillery and a tank." Here is their video. Well, after the bit of depression news and videos, we get, well, an update from Russia. This should be on like Stupid Human Tricks video.
По бровке давай. А, трусы стоят. Мамке покажу.
Well, hopefully this video helps you guys feel a little bit better.
Пацаны, давайте в натуре. Пацаны, блядь. Давай деревья ломать, бегом. Давай, блядь, пацаны. За велик забей. Бегом, блядь. Сука,
Oh, sorry to hear
пизда,
that, Mercy.
блядь. Я ебал. Пиздец. Да там по колено, блядь. Я ебал. Да там по колено все равно, блядь. Пизда, блядь. Блядь. О, охуеть, да? Погнал отсюда, блядь. Что на там по колено? Пацаны хотели видео классное? Погнали отсюда, блядь. Да. Пиздец, турбо нахуй.
Guy just showing off So the kid's riding his bike on the lake. And yeah, it turned into a mass casualty event. I just want to talk about something really quick. Andrew P3 was saying he has shingles, and I was saying, hopefully this video makes him feel better. And then I saw Mercy's message about his friend. I was like, okay, that could easily have been misconstrued as a message about that, and it's just like, yeah. So, things can be taken out of context very easily. We don't always see messages when we should. No, Mertzi. This is something I wanted to talk about too, because we have to realize we're humans. We don't always see what we're supposed to see. We make mistakes. We don't see messages and make a comment that's wrong. And, give people the benefit of the doubt. We're here together to support Ukraine. We're not trying to, bash and harm each other. So before getting mad at somebody, just message them, say, what did you mean by this? Or why did you say that? And 99% of the time, it's going to be someone made a mistake. I just did. Other people do too. So that's the message I was trying to say. We all say stuff and then realize, oh, that was not a good thing to say. They call it foot and mouth disease for a reason. Well, again, Mertzi, I'm so sorry about your friend. I hope she's at peace. And as a joke for P3, if you had metal roofing, you wouldn't have to worry about your shingles no more. Yeah, donkey update. Russian general defends using animals for frontline supply transport. Better for a donkey to be killed than for 2 soldiers. Right now, there are significant challenges in supplying units and subunits, including assault detachments and groups, with ammunition, technical equipment, and even food. If any methods are used for delivery, including donkeys, horses, and so on, then that's normal. The State Duma Defense Committee member, Lieutenant General Victor, I'm not going to try and say that last name. A widely shared message from a Russian soldier describes his reaction to being issued a donkey instead of a standard transport. Just accept it as a fact. Don't ask where, why, or how. I don't know. But the fact is, they issued us a donkey. The soldier further explained that the animal had been assigned to a support unit, citing difficulties with transport due to the destruction of military trucks. We have issues with transport. Our trucks are being destroyed. So now we have a donkey to carry ammunition. A real live donkey. Not humanitarian aid. Our logistics truck went to pick up supplies and came back with a donkey. Now, anybody says that the Russian army is the number 2 army, that it's not the number, ranked number 2. It's, I got to go take a number 2 army. And most of that is going to be donkey poo. And of course, the memes are out. We have video today of the 35th headquarters of the Russian Federation being taken out. This is in Solodova. The entire command section of the unit was taken out, and they are trying to replace them right now, according to intercepts from Ukrainian intelligence. Here's the video. Huh. I'm going to back the video up for a second. There's something that flies over right here. I can't tell if it's just a puff of smoke or if it's another drone that was sitting there watching the headquarters. But if anybody knows how these apartment blocks are built, in the middle is the stairwell. So you take out the middle of the building and you take out the stairwell for the entire building. So that's why that was targeted. And if you notice with the damage from buildings in Ukraine, it's always the middle that's taken out from Russian strikes. Yeah, take away his credit card, LJ. Unless you're talking about basketball, then the Bulls are always charging. With the amount of Ukrainian drones surveilling this place, they had to know something was up. Just didn't do anything. Some footage of Ukrainians pushing Russians back. 425th Separate Assault Regiment is conducting assault operation and clearing part of the settlement of Koltine in Pokrovsk direction. The tank worked on the infantry in the village, after which the M13 and Bradley drove there, landed the party, and continued to clear the village. Let me go to Deep State and show you where that city is at. So, Pokrovsk, Mirnograd, Koltine, and you see the rail line. Let me go to I don't mess with this so much. It satellite. Well, you see this tree line here, and then the rail line, and then this line of village here. The tree line, the rail line, this line of villages here. This is where the video is taking place. Essentially cutting off Russian troops from retreat. So this is going to become a very interesting situation in the next day or two. Here is the video.
Just in case
Oh, that's a copyright waiting to happen. You see the Russian troops moving away from the railroad tracks into the housing area. You can see the M13 or 113 dropping Ukrainian soldiers off, clearing the residential area. I'm not sure if that was Russian artillery or Ukrainian artillery coming in. Ukrainians going in and clearing the houses with support of a Bradley. See Russians trying to get away. Ukrainians going in and clearing the trenches around the village. Oh, and that's where the that video came from. Okay. Well, Russians tried to come support the village, and Ukrainians were already there. Here comes the Ukrainian tank, and the Russians scatter like roaches. I wonder if that's why they call it a raid. But little small assaults like this are happening all the time on the front line. We just don't usually get to hear about them. But there's Ukrainian army pushing Russian back a little bit and making it harder for them to advance in the Pakros direction. Cameraman from Reuters, I forgot how it was pronounced, suffered multiple injuries and was in a coma for a long time as a result of the Russian strike on the Sapphire Hotel in Kramatorsk on August 25th. He was treated at the hospital in Dnipro and later transferred to a hospital in Kyiv. There he celebrated his birthday with relatives, friends, and colleagues. Medics call the very fact he survived a miracle. Here is a video about him. I figured we needed some good news.
В холле больницы в Киеве очередь из желающих поздравить с днем рождения Ивана Любешкирдея. Здесь его родные, друзья и коллеги. Ивану 41, и это его первый день рождения после тяжелого ранения и длительного лечения. Сейчас Иван уже самостоятельно стоит, может петь и даже немного танцевать, хотя еще совсем недавно был прикован к постели.
Ваня, передай привіт.
Привіт,
Боже, який ти молодець.
мої кохані.
Ду-ду-ду.
Я вас люблю.
В День независимости Украины полгода назад российская ракета «Искандер» ударила ночью по отелю в Краматорске. В нем жил Ваня со съемочной группой международного агентства «Рейтер». Он был в эпицентре взрыва, его коллега из Великобритании погиб. В тот день, за несколько часов до атаки, он снимал эвакуацию мирных жителей из Покровска. Это был его последний репортаж перед тяжелым ранением.
Папа будет воевать, Родину защищать.
Больше месяца после российского удара Ваня провел в коме, самостоятельно не дышал. Врачи не давали никаких прогнозов. Реанимация, потеря памяти. Он перенес множество сложных операций.
Ракета пошкодила мені мою ногу, мою руку, мою щелепу, тобто я погано розмовляю, і щелепа зміщена.
Самое большое желание Ивана снова взять в руки видеокамеру и вернуться к работе. В профессии он уже более 20 лет.
Найбільше, що я хочу додому. Я хочу знімати. Це найбільше, що я хочу. То, що я знаю, що йде війна в країні, і я пропускаю важливі моменти. І для мене, як для оператора, це неприпустимо.
Ваню ждут дома его дочка Саша и жена Мария. Именно они, говорит Иван, его главная мотивация сейчас.
Моя дитина росте, моя дружина живе. І я маю зробити все можливе, щоб з ними бути.
Well, good to see he's back on his feet. The strength of Ukrainians, even cameramen. If you wanted another laugh, here's some Russian smokers at work. To give you some context of what's going on, the valve is frozen, was frozen. They were heating it up with a torch to be able to open the valve on a truck full of fuel. Just one more time now that you know the backstory. You see him with the torch, heating up the valve. And there goes the tank of fuel. Darwin in action, yeah. Kherson this morning. Russians attacked the residential area of Kherson. Several houses were damaged. One caught fire. 3 people were injured, including an 11-year-old boy. A mother and child were rescued from the fire. That makes one of us, Mertzy. And that was Kharkiv this morning. President Zelensky talks about some of the changes for recruitment of soldiers in Ukraine. One-year contract, housing, free education, and salary. Young people 18 to 24 can receive an interest-free housing loan, free education, and their pay once they enlist. The program comes live next week. This is part of a bigger interview. It's a big, long interview. There should be a subtitled version out in a couple days. We'll look at it then. But to give you an idea, here's that interview. More of the interview. More of the interview. Oh, 4.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. It's a long one, and it's not subtitled. Hopefully they'll get that site subtitled here in the future, and we can watch it with the translation. A chemistry student threw a Molotov cocktail at an FSB building. He claims scammers took his money, then, posing as Ukrainian agents, promised to return it if he tested FSB's vigilance. Here's the video. Just a few scorch marks on the door, but that guy will probably be in Ukraine shortly after he faces charges. Rozlivi direction. Another operation of the heavy drones by the 23rd Motorized Rifle Brigade in the ravine south of Rozlivi. Here's the video. And the location, Rozlivi. After this video, I'll show you guys what I thought of when you said the good feather fellows and found a wing and Goodfellas. So there is the video of the heavy drop drone, and this is where my mind went.
The God Pigeon. Pesto! Oh, pesto! Wow, what'd I do? What?
Anyways, that's the good feathers from Animaniacs. That's where my mind went with those two phrases combined. Before I go into the odd comparison, since just a friendly reminder, Viper's unit's trying to get two wow, okay. Get two drones, thermal imaging drones, to be able to do recon and know their way. you've seen how much difference it makes in these videos. So if you can spare it, Ko-Fi links in chat from Blonde Bombsheller. And moving on to the next video, there's an odd comparison. The difference between cheering before and cheering now. A visual video of how people used to cheer and how this process changed with the full-scale war. Video is from the 22nd Motorized Rifle Brigade. Here's the video.
Шевченко, наверняка сейчас последует сюда. Перевод мяча. Штрафную площадь.
Там Лужный тянет руку. Лужный это совсем один. Совсем один. Филимонов!
Боже мой!
Бачим.
Повторение пройдет.
Що, не розрив?
Не знаю, що ми скидали.
Вон заходить.
I'm just waiting for the guy in the background going, "Goal!" Or is that only the Mexican soccer announcers? Deep State provided a geolocation of the Su-25 that got shot down. Well, Toretsk, right there. You go almost directly to the west, or excuse me, to the east. This is where the plane crashed. And might as well play the rest of the video. Yeah, perfectly flat land, right? This needs a different song on it. It needs that song, you can run, you can hide, but I'm gonna find you. I can't sing, so never mind. But I'll take the Dropkick Murphys.
Was harder work, the devil appeared from her. He had a roll, a cover, and a microphone and nail.
And unfortunately, we are at the last video of the night. Governor puts parts of Russia's Sakhalin on alert after a cargo ship runs aground. According to the Russians, the Chinese oil tanker carrying fuel ran aground near the port of Novoselsk. The vessel sustained a hull, but no fuel spill was observed. The Ministry of Energy Situations is currently working on rescuing the vessel. There are 20 crew members on board. The region in Russia's Far East comprises of... Oh, these are the islands that Soviet Russia took from Japan. Oh yeah, that's right. To this day, Russia and Japan are still at war from World War II. So it's basically these islands here. See if I can spot that town. What was the name of that town? Okay, so this is the island here they're talking about, and it ran ashore near this town here. So that'll give you an idea of where that's located. So hopefully it doesn't cause a leak. Otherwise, you'll have Russian fuel oil washing up on California beaches in a week. Looks like Venezia came under air alert 6 minutes ago. Dnipro 1 hour 6 minutes ago. I did not catch that. I apologize. All other areas continue to be under air alert at 5:41 a.m. Anyways, here is the video of the Chinese tanker washing up on the Russian beach. Well, Japanese beach held by Russia. Well, good thing that beach was covered with snow, but at least it was a Chinese freighter or tanker, and they had the smarts to beach the ship rather than let it sink with a hole in the hull. Just to check up on everything. Ukrainians near Russian border say peace will take 100 years. Villagers close to the Russian border in Sumy say that living under the constant Russian drone surveillance and attacks, they say that although they have friends and family across the border, they now hardly speak. A local council leader told Current Time that the wounds are deep. A local farmer said peace would take 100 years. Here's the video.
Друга гуде, як вроді зищить, а другий раз така, як вроді вух.
Да, як летіла, бачила.
Це був дрон на такому, на ниточці, да?
Ну, ззаді була ниточка, да.
І ви постраждали?
Ну, трошки є зі слухом проблеми тепер.
В последнее время российские дроны управляются по вот такому оптоволокну. Оно цепляется с одной стороны на дрон, а с другой стороны на пульт, который этим дроном управляет. Это очередной виток развития беспилотных систем.
Вбачаєте ви, що можна порозумітися з людьми на тій стороні кордону?
Ну, дивіться, якщо ми люди, а не тварі, не звірі, то, в принципі, порозумітися завжди можна. Але я не бачу як. Рана дуже велика.
Скоріше всього, вирва. О, я думаю, що для цього треба сотні років. Якби мені в ті роки, як стала незалежна Україна, сказали референдум за НАТО, я був би проти. Ну, я кажу, як то. Зараз я руками і ногами за НАТО.
No, no one's better at expanding NATO than the Russians themselves. Just in that one quote by the farmer in Sumy. Before the war, he wouldn't have voted for NATO. Let's take a look to see what Dennis has to say. Oh, yeah, he shows that video. Oh, that's nice. Apparently this shirt says the massacre in Bucha we can repeat. Yeah, that gives you the idea of the mindset of Russians. Unfortunately, that is all I have today. So, thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for hitting the like and subscribes. But more importantly, thank you for supporting Ukraine. And before we go, I want to show you this. Oh, let's see. I want to go full cam. Here we go. Just a little thing I'm working on. Well, thank you for supporting Ukraine. All I can do is ask you keep support going. Keep contacting your politicians, telling them they need to support Ukraine. Have a good night and stay safe, everybody. You'll see why I waited in chat. Good night, everybody.